Alright, welcome to part 6 of how to play Unfair. We have just finished Park Step 1. Both players have gone, and you may notice a bit of a pattern here. So, on each of these tickets, each of these events, all of the players take a turn doing the event, except for, of course, this city card, which was only one, which got turned over by the starting player. But each time one of these events occurs, all the players have a chance to do the event. So one round is not one time around the table. One round could be many times around the table, but one time around the table per event. And of course, there are many events, sometimes in each step. A step is a color. There are sometimes multiple steps. In this case, we're in the park step, but we just finished park event 1. Now it's time for park event 2. And of course, you can guess who's going to go first. It's going to be the person with the starting player ticket. Now, we do need to always refill the market after a card's gone. And since player number 2 just built and paid for that monorail attraction, starting player is in charge of flipping over a new park card to replace the one that's gone missing. Alright, so let's take a moment to see where we're at so far. So we're back to starting player. He needs to do another park step. Let's quickly review the things that he could do. He could do loose change, which means he could count the number of attractions in his park and get $1 for each one. In this case, he could get $1. That would be 1 coin, 1 token. That would be his entire action. Or he could discard a card from his park. Now, not discard a card from his hand, but just from his park. He only has 1 card in his park right now. You can't discard the main gate or the loan. But he doesn't want to discard it because he needs more stuff in his park right now. So the third thing that he could do is he could build something from his hand. He could pay to build something from his hand. Now, we've looked at before, comfortable seating and pirate theme are the 2 most promising things in his hand right now because they give him stars, they give him an extra icon, they're upgrades, and they are pretty inexpensive. They both cost 7 coin. Alright, but he could also build something from the marketplace. Now, previously we saw that the monorail and the water slide were the best options, but now we have something new because the monorail was already taken by player number 2. Now we have a fast food restaurant. This also is an attraction because of the forked ribbon. It only has 1 icon, however, not 2 here, which is a bit of a problem, especially because it doesn't have 2 stars either. And you can't add any quality to it. You could add other upgrades, but you just can't add any quality. You remember what the quality looked like. It looked like this. And you can add more than 1 quality on things, unless, of course, you can't. But it's super cheap. So for 3 coin, we could get a new attraction with an icon on it and a star. But here's the thing. Remember this scoring pad from the beginning? It doesn't matter how many attractions you have. What matters is how many icons are on the attractions you have. So it'd be better to have one attraction with 2 icons on it for 8 points than, well, okay, I take that back. It would be better to have 2 attractions, each with 1 icon. That would give you 5 points. Than 1 attraction with 2 icons, which would give you only 8 points. So you'd get 10 instead of 8. But it'd be better to have 1 attraction with 3 icons, which would give you 12 points, than an attraction that had only 2 icons for 8 and 1 for 5. Because 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, no, I take that back. You have to do the math, but once you have enough icons, it becomes exponentially more valuable to have all the icons on 1 attraction rather than spread out over multiple attractions. But since our limit is 5 attractions, and we can definitely fit more because we only have 1 attraction, we need to build another attraction or upgrade an existing attraction. Now let's take a look over here and remember what's going to happen when we get to the guest step, this golden step. Each park is going to score 3 extra stars, so that means our park's going to be extra attractive to guests. Right now, we're only attracting 3 guests because we have 3 stars. So we want to make our park more attractive, and it's going to be more attractive no matter what we do. So let's try to maximize stars here. We can get 2 stars from the water slide, 1 star from the fast food restaurant, and by building the comfortable seating of the pirate theme, we also get 1 star each. Let's go ahead and build that water slide. I think that would be a good idea. So we pay the 10 and the 1 for 11 coins. That's the price right here. We take this card, and whenever you build something, purchase something from the marketplace, it has to go directly into your park. You can't put it in your hand. If it doesn't fit in your park, you can't buy it from the marketplace. And now, of course, we have an empty space, so the starting player is responsible for flipping over a new card from the top of the deck and filling in that hole. All right, so now starting player 1, he has just built something for his action. His turn is over. Now, of course, he could have also drawn 2 cards from here and chose to kept 1 or none. He could have drawn 2 blueprints, chosen to keep 1 or none, or drawn 2 of those and chosen to keep 1 or none. But he had already drawn a blueprint before, remember? And he needs any attraction with 3 guest services upgrades. So I can bet you he's going to start building a lot of guest services upgrades here pretty soon. But for now, he just cares about stars because he's going to need money. And of course, he could spend the money now on guest services upgrades, but most guest services upgrades don't give you stars. So you'd be spending money in the early game for things that won't give you any value until the late game. So starting player is being smart here with his money and trying to maximize the amount of icons and stars. Here, spending 11 coin for 2 icons and 2 stars is not a bad way to go. Alright. Now, of course, he could also have discarded a card that he doesn't like from his hand, and then been able to draw 5 cards from here, look through them, and choose one to keep and discard the other 4. But he's already got some good cards in his hand, and he feels like he doesn't really want to waste an entire action on refreshing his hand, essentially, when he already has some pretty good options here. So he's done what he wanted to do, and now, of course, we have to go all the way around the table, letting all the other players take an action. And this player here could now choose to discard a card or do the loose change option, because now they have an attraction. But they're not going to do that, because they also are trying to maximize stars. They have 1 star plus 3 stars equals 4 stars already in their park. But they need more. So they're going to take a look at their hand of cards here and see what they've got going. They could upgrade for Pirate Theme. It says after you build this upgrade, you may immediately build an upgrade from your hand onto the same attraction for free. So that they paid the 12 and built the 0-star robot theme onto the monorail, they could also build another upgrade immediately afterwards for free. Now this one says only on Thrill Ride, the Splashdown element, and unfortunately that one is a leisure ride. So they couldn't build that immediately for free. They could build a flagpole immediately for free, but that's not a lot of fun, and that prevents you from building any future upgrades. And you can't build air conditioning because it can't be built on rides, and that one already has a built-in air conditioning upgrade. So it'd be useless to build the robot right now. They could, though, hire the snack setter. It says once per guest step, you get to choose an open ride attraction in your park, which we do. We have a monorail. And then you can gain extra coins equal to twice its star total. So this player is going to try to maximize his coins a different way. Instead of just having a bunch of stars, he's going to have this special power from this snack setter, which lets him gain extra coin, which has nothing to do with the stars necessarily. It doesn't influence the capacity of your park, but you find one attraction, you double its star value, and you get that many coins. So this player is also going to get 3 victory points if she hires this cast member, this staff member. So it costs 10 to hire. So this player wants to build her, but this player doesn't have enough coins to hire this snack setter. So this player has a tough choice to make. Should she take out a loan? Now, the loan card has been upside down this entire time for both players. But at any time, you can choose to flip the loan card over. And if you have it facing you this way, you get 5 coin immediately from the bank, and then at the end of the game, you lose 10 points. 10 victory points. You could also flip it over again, gain an additional 5 coin, lose 20 points total. Gain another 5 coin, lose 30 at the end of the game. Turn it over again, gain 5 more coin, lose 40 points. So essentially, you could take out these loans at any time in the game. You don't have to use an action for this, and just flip it around to how many coins you want. The most you can get is 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. If you take out the maximum loan of 20, you could take it out in increments. Like one round, you could take out 5, then another round, when you needed more, you could take out another 5, so on and so forth. You could take out all 20 at once. But once you have, you're stuck. You get those 20 coins, but you're stuck with minus 40 victory points at the end of the game. This player only needs 10, and she knows that she's going to get double the star value of this attraction at the end of this round. That's 6 points, so $6. And I'll explain how that works later. But she knows that she's going to get $6. That's going to almost pay for the cost of hiring the person in the first place. So she's going to go ahead and take out a loan of 10. So she's going to flip the loan card over and turn it this way. So facing her direction, she sees 5 plus 5 is 10. She's going to lose 20 points at the end of the game, but she thinks it's worth it. She thinks she can make more points now than what it's going to lose her in the future. So now she has the 10 coin in her hand. She can put those back in the bank, which pays for hiring the snack setter, and the snack setter goes to the left of that player's main entrance. So notice how in our set we have this whole space left open. That's because this is where employees go. Attractions go to the right, employees go to the left. Also, resources and developments will go over here as well, but we don't have any in this game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hide her hand again. She chose to build from her hand. We chose to build from the market. But now that everyone's had a chance to do one action, the first starting player moves to Park Step 3. Alright, so I will return for Park Step 3 and we'll talk about our options once again.